What's going on, fam? We back. Hayes Eastwood TV again, dropping some more of that hot boxing content. If you are not a part of the family yet, please subscribe. Hayes Eastwood TV. I think we're almost up to 600 subscribers now, and the channel is really taking off. Jay, what's going on, my man?
Not much, man. Just a good weekend of boxing and looking forward to some upcoming matches, man. Got some.
There we go.
It was an
There we go.
interesting weekend. Tell you that much.
Yeah, man. So we had our boy Josh Taylor. So he had an interesting fight this past weekend. Um, I'm gonna turn it over to you, man, because I know you got strong thoughts as it relates to Josh Taylor and his performance this weekend. You tell me what you think about the fight.
Straight up bullshit. It's a
What?
straight up bullshit. It was
Come on,
robbery,
man.
man. Jack got robbed. Point blank. Period. Jack beat Taylor ass. Dropped him and still had a point deducted from him, and Taylor had the point deducted from himself as well. He won that fight, man. He gave
You
away
think
the
it was
last
some?
couple
You
rounds.
think it was some home cooking?
Think, man, they had that home cooking stewing. They still giving out dishes from that home cooking they did. That's why Josh is now going up to 147. That fight there. When I looked at it, I had Josh winning. I thought he was gonna win before the fight took place. And in the first few rounds, I was like, oh shit, Jack is putting them things on him.
Put them
Putting them
hands on his
things on him.
cheeks.
And the thing about Jack hadn't fought in like almost 2 years. So
Hmm.
you see that ring rust. All they talking about ring rust. I mean, is definitely real. You can see that lack of being in there for over almost 2 years. It definitely caught up with Jack because he tired. He got
Right.
tired. You can saw he got a little sloppy. But he really didn't get hurt by Josh. He hurt Josh more than Josh hurt him easily. It got to the point where I think it was like round maybe 10 or so. He caught Josh. He caught Josh with something, and Josh just like was frustrated. He wrapped him up. He just like looked to the sides, like, damn, man. What can I
Right.
do?
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Right.
And now Josh is not going to give him a rematch and anything like that. Now, it's not cool for anyone to be attacking Josh Taylor's family, anything like that about after this fight. I don't agree with none of that stuff there. But everything else saying that it was robbery, hell yeah, they robbed Jack out of that. Now I don't know how Jack's going to fight. Who he might fight next if he does well against the next opponent. But against Josh, he beat Josh ass, man.
Yeah, man, I had him winning the fight as well. Josh Taylor, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about Josh Taylor and that he's overrated. I'm not gonna go so far as to say he's overrated. I mean, he's a unified champion at 140 pounds, and has some good names on his resume. So I'm not gonna say he's overrated. I'm gonna say he had a bad night. But that being said, if the decision truly is that he's gonna move up to 147 pounds to face Terrence Crawford, I think he's gonna get
Mistake.
his ass whooped. I don't think he has the skill to beat Terrence Crawford. Even on his best night, I think he's gonna lose. Now, one thing about him is he's for lack of a better word, he's a kind of crafty, kind of sometimes kind of dirty and clinches type of fighter, Josh Taylor.
Very dirty.
Um, and man, I'm trying to give the man some grace. I'm trying to give him some grace.
I'm not.
Um, but it'll be interesting to see how he would match up against somebody like Terrence Crawford doing that. Because man, Bud is nasty, man. Bud's mean, man. Bud's a mean
Man,
fighter. So,
Bud
but
already he responded that already. He's like, put some respect on my name. He's like, don't try me with no Josh Taylor this or Josh Taylor that. Now.
he's saying he doesn't want to fight him.
No, well, he just said don't disrespect them. Talking about like they're on the same level when they not at
No,
all.
no,
But
no.
with Josh Taylor moving to 147, he'll become Bud's mandatory.
Yeah, and that's why I think the fight is possibly going to happen.
I mean, that happens, Bud is going to destroy Kid. He's going to destroy Josh. I mean, think about it. Josh Taylor, he had a good win against what was it, Jose Ramirez?
Yeah,
Fight before he had a good fight. That was a damn good fight. He
yeah,
damn
it
good
was.
threw that one. Against
He al-
Regis,
yeah,
that
he
was a good
also
fight
beat
against
Program.
Regis as well. That was a damn good fight. It could have gone
Yeah.
either way. 'Cause I think he won by majority decision. I think it was 2 for him, and I think the other one was either for Regis or a draw.
Hmm.
If I remember that fight correctly, I think I had that fight like a draw, but he
Hmm.
would not rematch Regis.
Hmm.
He wouldn't rematch Regis. Regis wanted a rematch, but he wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So, I see Josh, you know, he's not gonna rematch Jack. He already said that already. Although he said Jack deserves another shot at a title, then give him a rematch. Now I don't
I
know if
wouldn't.
no, he won't do it. Nah, he won't rematch him. Nah,
He
he
better,
ain't that
man.
stupid.
He
He's
better
getting the
get
hell
out
up
of the
out of
dodge
there.
while he can.
Getting the hell up out of there. He talked all that shit about To. Me. You know how we feel about To at times with the diva and stuff. I think To would give him a good fight at 140. It just depends
I think
on
so.
what To comes to fight. And everything. Whether he was really. He had that illness, what his lungs and everything for against the last fight against Cambosis or whatnot. But Josh don't want those problems at 147, man. He's gonna get his ass sparked by damn near all the top fight. I mean, Boots, Ortiz, Spence, Bud, Thurman, Ugas. He don't want none of the problem. And they had not even mentioned I think Velasquez or whatever his name is. I think he's not Ukrainian, but he's from overseas as well. He don't even want that guy problems. So
Yeah, I don't think he matches up well at
nah.
147.
They
But
claim
I
he was
mean,
struggling to make the weight at 140 though.
and maybe he is, and if that's the case, then he needs to move up to 147 pounds. But I'm struggling with believing that he's going to be very effective at 147 pounds. I think most of the fighters that you just mentioned are going to give him absolute hell if he were to move up to 147. It would be interesting though to see him move up to 147 to face Terrence Crawford. I think it gives Terrence Crawford the opportunity to put a name on his resume and also probably drawing some interest from general boxing fans, specifically the ones that are over there in
Yeah,
Europe.
overseas.
So it would be interesting to see if Terrence Crawford would be willing to take the fight. Um, let's see, Spence fights in
April.
April 16th,
Mm-hmm.
and depending upon what I mean, in reality, man, they could actually fight in the fall. So. I mean, we'll see if they. I mean, if Spence wins that fight coming out of that fight, I would like to see how aggressive he is in calling out Terrence Crawford because you would think after he's gotten that third title in the welterweight division, the only other person to fight is Bud Crawford and how
Yeah.
anxious he'll be to move towards that fight immediately. In my opinion, he will be and should be anxious to move toward that fight. And if that is the case, then Terrence Crawford shouldn't take any fight against Josh Taylor. He should fight Errol Spence in the fall.
That depends on if Josh Taylor will take step aside money or not on that. But I think
It all takes up some money.
Spence already called out but without saying Bud's name at the last fight he was at. I think he was at one of the fights this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yep.
he came out and talked about it and saying he's ready. After he gets past Ugas, he wants the next belt. He just
Yeah.
didn't say Bud's name out there like that. So Spence
Yeah.
not one to really get him to talk a lot of noise like that, call people out directly all the time per
Nah,
se.
that's not really his thing, man. He's not a talker like that, man. He'll talk
Nah,
he'll talk if you talk to him, but he's not a talker like that. He's not an initiator, so
yeah, he's not gonna go in there just going off and stuff like that. But man, Josh Taylor, if he has outgrown the 140 weight class, he might want to get another nutritionist to try to keep his ass at 140 because he don't want them dogs at 147. It's too many of them out. That name like five of them that'll destroy his ass. I know
yeah, I
styles
don't
make
see
fight,
it.
but I don't see his style beating any of those guys up there. None of them.
I don't see it either, man. I like to have a contrasting opinion from yours, but in this particular case, I don't see him being successful moving up in that weight class. I mean, I just I just don't see it. Now maybe he'll shock us and surprise us,
Yeah,
but at
it's
this point, I
possible.
don't see
Doubt
it.
it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. But hey, guys, hey, you guys tell us what you think. Josh Taylor, did he win? Did he lose this past weekend? And also, I mean, how does he match up with the other fighters at welterweight since he's saying he's going to move up? We're interested in hearing your thoughts as well. Please leave comments in the comment section. Don't forget to smash that like button. Please join the family. We'd love to have you. And make sure that you hit the notification button to get the latest boxing content from the channel. So until next time, guys, peace.
Peace.